Alfred John Jack Westland was an American politician who served as a member of the United States House of Representatives from 1953 to 1965. He represented the 2nd Congressional District of Washington as a Republican. He was also an accomplished amateur golfer. Westland was born in Everett, Washington. He was elected to the House in 1952, taking the seat previously held by Democrat Scoop Jackson, who had won election to the United States Senate. Westland was re-elected in 1954, 1956, 1958, 1960, and 1962. He was defeated in 1964 by Democrat Lloyd Meads. Westland subsequently moved to California, where he lived until his death in 1982. Golf career. Westland was an accomplished amateur golfer for over 25 years. He won the 1929 French Amateur. He finished runner-up to Francis Ouimet in the 1931 U.S. Amateur. He won the 1933 Western Amateur and played on 3 Walker Cup teams. He was also non-playing captain of the 1961 team. In 1952, at the age of 47, Westland won the U.S. Amateur over Almengard. He is the oldest golfer ever to win the Amateur. Westland also won the Pacific Northwest Amateur 4 times, the Washington State Amateur 3 times and the Chicago District Amateur 3 times. In 1978, Westland was inducted into the Pacific Northwest Golf Association's Hall of Fame. Tournament wins: 1924 Washington State Amateur, 1927 Chicago District Amateur, 1929 French Amateur, Chicago District Amateur, 1933 Western Amateur, 1934 Chicago District Amateur, 1938 Pacific Northwest Amateur, 1939 Pacific Northwest Amateur, 1940 Pacific Northwest Amateur, 1947 Washington State Amateur, 1948 Washington State Amateur, 1951 Pacific Northwest Amateur, 1952 U.S. Amateur. Amateur majors shown in bold. Major championships. Amateur wins results timeline. Note: as an amateur, Westland could not play in the PGA Championship. He did not play in the Open Championship. LA equals low amateur. NYF equals tournament not yet founded. NT equals no tournament. DNP equals did not play. T indicates a tie for a place. DNQ equals did not qualify for match play portion. R256, R128, R64, R32, R16. QF, SF equals round in which player lost in match play. Green background for wins. Sources: U.S. Open and U.S. Amateur. The Masters, 1934 British Amateur. U.S. National Team appearances. Amateur Walker Cup 1953, 1955, 1959, 1961.